Welcome back to Optimize Health, where we're making easy, delicious, and healthy meals. And we are making a dish that can be converted into a totally vegan option. We are using chicken. I prefer thighs, bone in and skin on, and I use the bone and skin for my cats. We'll circle back to that in another episode. But you could do any sort of meat substitute. Jackfruit might be something to consider if you're vegan and you want, another vegetable option that shreds similar kind of texture to shredded chicken for a chicken salad. So our chicken salad today is going to be primarily based with this broccoli slaw that I really lightly sauteed. And then I have a variety of these really beautiful root vegetables, including purple carrots, a variety of colors of radishes, and a little bit of purple beets, as well as celery, some bell pepper, and just a few small tomatoes. Just depending on whatever ratios that you prefer is going to work really great. And I'm just finishing chopping some red onion and garlic that's also going to go in. I've cooked the chicken already in the crock pot for like 18 hours, and you could cook it less or more just depending on your preference. For this sort of meal, the chicken's pretty well done at that point and very tender. It stays in its own juices and cooks up really, just really juicy, and it's easy to shred as we're making a dish like this. So some of the reasons I decided to make this dish was for a lighter meal that's high in protein as well as nutrients like in the cleansing vegetable family, the cruciferous family. And so radishes are actually cruciferous, and we have a variety of different colors, which will add different anthocyanins and polyphenols that help to offer benefits indirectly by primarily serving our gut bacteria, which then in turn will make metabolites that then help us in this symbiotic relationship. So going into winter, I thought this would be a really good dish for kind of cleansing to help move things along in the gut. With the cruciferous, it's a really great vegetable or class or family of vegetables that's going to help to move bile and help the liver to detoxify. So as we're helping bile come out, the liver makes more, and it's the bile that the liver is depositing the waste from our body into. So the more you're able to keep the bile flowing, the more you're able to help cleanse out. It's sort of like flushing out the pipes kind of thing. So it doesn't happen in just one swoop. You want to kind of get on a program for some time to help that, and obviously staying hydrated and all of the other healthy habits are going to help to serve that as well. So almost done chopping this. I also already made up this broccoli slaw, which we're going to add to our bowl, and I'm actually going to split this into two and do two different like sauces. The one I'm going to show you now is a creamy sauce that is based with cottage cheese and yogurt. I have two varieties of yogurt. One is a cow's milk, the other is a goat's milk. If you find that you're sensitive to yogurt, you can substitute that cow's milk for just a goat's milk, or maybe you want to use a non-dairy kind of creamy option. The other dressing that I like to use is a mustard dressing with a couple of different types of vinegar. So we might show that in another episode. But as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to just combine everything here. And we're going to get some spices into it as well. Another thing you might add, if you want to keep it light and not really have any dairy or any calories, is to, or you know, not as many calories, is to, you can leave out the chicken, and you can just do like a lemon and a light olive oil or no oil, and we'll have all these spices added, which will make it really nice and flavorful, and you're getting all these health benefits coming from the veggies and then the spices. So we'll put this really pretty ensemble in here, and our chicken is ready and hot. Forks, some of this. So I'm going to just pull some of these out and leave the bones in here. Get the skin off of here. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm just going to take a portion of this mixture and we're going to make this dressing with it separately here. I ended up using half a bell pepper, half of a medium-sized beet. I used about 4 radishes, half of a, like a, what do you call it, a stalk of celery, where there's maybe 3 or 4 larger shoots of celery, and just 3 little tomatoes, 1 medium carrot, and then a smaller red carrot, or the purple carrots. So this is actually making quite a bit of volume. So I'm going to get these different, I just have cottage cheese. You can pretty much use any variety, any yogurt. I like to just get any sort of plain yogurt that you like, and I find it helpful to rotate them so you can get benefits from different probiotics. So I'm gonna make this sauce. It's about a cup of cottage cheese, and I'm gonna put in a healthy tablespoon of this Greek yogurt, and then this goat yogurt. Also gonna get about a tablespoon. Spices. Many. This coriander. And you can omit salt if you're particularly sensitive or just trying to reduce your sodium intake. We like to use Himalayan salt. And for this amount of dressing, it's going to be about half a teaspoon of salt, a couple dashes of cayenne just to keep it a little bit spicy but not too much. The 21 Seasons Salute, this is a blend that we use a lot on this channel, and we have a really good Trader Joe's resource where we get that, but you could always get the individual, and you can include or omit whatever you like. This is basil. I'm putting in about a teaspoon. And even though I have raw diced or minced garlic in there, I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of powdered garlic, and our coriander. Coriander is going to add like this lemony kind of essence to it, so I'm putting in about a teaspoon of that as well. Mixing this up. Oh yeah, I gotta get the, this part. This is gonna be like the biggest this is the biggest bowl that we have. It's gonna fill up. So I'm trying to leave some space to do more mixing. Trying to use a bigger bowl than the actual ingredients are going to take space with. So this is probably, it would be good to get another 2 or 3 chicken thighs in here. I'm gonna save this Parmesan cheese for the end, once I kind of blended things up a little more. And get this over here so we can transfer. So I decided to dedicate most of this chicken to the salad, and I'll just split some of this. So I'm putting about 4 thighs in this, and it's going to end up being split into 2. I'm going to take that bone out of there. And when you cook it long enough, you can end up putting in some skin, you know, and cartilage. There's some health benefits to having that sort of collagen for our own health benefits. So this is the sort of thing where you can hide that if you cooked it in the crock pot for like 12 to 24 hours, it's going to turn out really tender and fall apart, and you won't really notice it if you don't like the texture of that sort of thing. So get another bowl, which isn't the biggest, but it's going to be good for this portion. I'm going to put some of this in here. And you can put more or less dressing however you like. For the health benefit, I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar. Oh, hey. Just about a teaspoon to a tablespoon should do. And then the good part is I like making this really creamy. So I'll probably go ahead and use most of this dressing. Mixing those up. It's easy except for the chopping, which obviously I did a lot prior. But if you have a chopper or a little food processor, it's so pretty at seeing it in like these bigger pieces, which are hand chopped. But there are some devices like the mandolin and graters that you could use, and you can kind of grate different vegetables to make this a little bit of a faster process. But I'd say my prep time was about half an hour to chop all the veggies. And this is gonna make enough for like, I would say 10 meals if you're gonna eat quite a bit at one time. So it's about 8 chicken thighs with 1 bell pepper, 1 medium carrot, an entire stalk of celery, 3 or 4 radishes, half of a medium-sized beet, and 1 12-ounce bag of broccoli slaw with about a cup of cottage cheese and just a few tablespoons of yogurt and just a sprinkle of Parmesan. So let us know if you like it, if there's anything you would add or suggest, and as always, if you'd like to suggest any things that we could make that are like not typically keto, we'll try to convert them. We would really enjoy trying to make these foods healthier for you, and we enjoy you, you know, sending in suggestions like that. So thank you for joining us today, and please subscribe, like, and share. See you later.